Greetings, my name is Kerry and welcome back to my channel. Today I am bringing you a Top 5 Wednesday video. This is actually the topic for the 1st of August because I don't think I'll ever actually film these videos the week that they're meant to be up. I just like some of the topics and don't like some of the others. And also I was away for all of August and didn't do any filming, so this is the first chance I've had to film this video. So the topic is top 5 favourites you would like to revisit. Now, I did specify in the group that this didn't have to be books, but I have picked all books because I like books. So I'm going to go through from 5th to 1st, and the 5th book that I would most like to revisit is The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings, but my edition of The Lord of the Rings is really hefty, so I just brought this book down. It's been a really long time since I've read these, and I saw all the films more recently than I've read any of the books, so I really want to reread these. I was hoping to reread them this year. I'm not sure I'll actually get to them this year or whether it'll be beginning of next year, as I have to limit my rereading because I buy too many books. So yeah, so hoping to get back onto these soon. I love Tolkien's writing style. As I say, it's just been too long. It's just been too long since I've read these, and I really loved them when I read them. So really need to reread these books. The 4th book on my list is complete opposite end of the spectrum, essentially, from The Lord of the Rings, and that is Austenland by Shannon Hale. I've mentioned this a couple of times in recent videos. I really love these books. They are so much fun, and I rewatched the film a couple of weeks ago and just enjoyed it so much, and it made me really want to reread the book again, particularly this one, because it's a while since I read it. I read the second one more recently. For those of you that don't know, it is about Jane, who is a Jane Austen fanatic and sort of starts to overtake her life, and then she hears about a Jane Austen themed holiday, and so she spends all her savings on taking this holiday. It's a sort of total immersion experience in Austen, so she'll be living in a stately home and doing all Georgian sort of things, but she's accidentally booked the cheapest package, meaning she is essentially the poor relation character in the Austen novel, so she's got to try and find a way to be the heroine of her own story. These books are so funny. Shannon Hale is a brilliant author for humour, and yeah, so just really want to reread this and have a bit of a giggle again. And then the 3rd book that I most want to reread is Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. This was actually the first classic I ever read when I was about 10. One of my friends lent me the book and I loved it. I was really emotionally invested in it and didn't even find it that difficult to read. Yeah, so really loved it, and I've reread it a couple of times since then, but I'm definitely overdue a reread. This lovely edition a friend bought for me a few years ago, which is just it's a really beautiful copy, and I haven't actually read this edition yet, so yeah, so I'm definitely overdue a reread of Jane Eyre. I rewatched the most recent film version with Michael Fassbender a couple of months ago, and yeah, there are a few things that I don't like about that adaptation, and it just made me want to reread the book again to really experience the novel itself again and to see how I feel about it, because I remember when watching the film version, I remember when I first read it that I was slightly disappointed that she went back to Rochester, who had treated her so horribly, and didn't stay with St. John, who was just really lovable. But then my whole life I've kind of wanted to be a missionary to Africa, so I kind of didn't understand her choice there. So maybe now I'm older, if I reread it, I'll understand it better, but a little insight into my mentality there for you. On a similar theme, the next book that I definitely want to reread soon is probably the one that I'm going to reread soonest out of all of these, and that is Emma by Jane Austen. This is my favourite Jane Austen book, and because last year was the 200th anniversary of her death, I've been trying to reread all of her novels since then. This is the final one left that I haven't reread because it's my favourite. I've been saving it till last, so I'm probably going to read this in the month of September. I'm probably going to read it for my birthday because it's my favourite, and so that's my plan, is to reread it for my birthday. It's about Emma, who thinks she's really good at matchmaking, but all her plans start to unravel a little bit, and she's trying to find her way in society and as sort of a bit of a leader of her social group. It's just so beautiful. If you haven't read Jane Austen, this one is definitely my favourite. I love Pride and Prejudice as well, and I know it's really highly rated, but I actually do prefer Emma. I find the characters more rounded, and if you're going to pick a love interest, Mr. Knightley wins my vote every day over Mr. Darcy. So yeah, so definitely rereading this one soon. And finally, my favourite book that I want to reread is my favourite book of all time, which again, it's been way too long since I've read it, and that is Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier, and this is my lovely 80th anniversary edition that you'll have seen me fangirling over various times on this channel so far. It follows the new wife of a gentleman called Maxim de Winter. We don't actually find out her name through the novel, and when she returns to his estate, she finds that his first wife, Rebecca, died in mysterious circumstances and has left a bit of a shadow over the house, and she has to try and come to terms with that. Daphne du Maurier is one of my all-time favourite writers, and this, as I say, is my favourite book of all time. It's a book that made me want to be a writer, so definitely long overdue a reread of this book. So that is it for today. Please let me know in the comments what books you want to reread, books that you really love. If you've read any of these and loved them, let me know what you think of them, or if you hated them, actually, to be fair. Please like this video if you liked it, please subscribe if you haven't, and yeah, that's it. I will talk to you again soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!